Good evening, everyone. This is Yusuf Chowdhury once again tuning in Monday. It is 9:31 p.m. Central Time. How y'all doing this evening? Just give me a few seconds here. I'm gonna just have to share this video and let me try this my headset. Okay, let's see. Can you all hear me? Okay. Hello, everyone. How y'all doing today? Let me know if the sound is clear. Rob, what's going on? Barely. Can you hear me now? Melinda, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Is the sound clear? Hey, Rob, I saw your message. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but I'll do my best to check it tonight or tomorrow and get back with you, okay? Okay, the sound is a little better? Okay. I'm basically using a wireless headset. Hopefully that is going to work. All right. So, okay. All right, so let's get to the topic real quick. So, today's subject, I gave a workshop on the subject of LinkedIn and how to generate leads using your LinkedIn account. Okay, so let's talk about a few tips and resources that I want to share with you guys tonight. And I want you to know the following. So, when it comes to the subject of how to generate leads, whether it's for your business or for a job, if you're a student, there are certain things you have to know and implement in an organic way so you can build your brand and get exactly what you need. Okay. So the first thing before getting into how to generate leads for your business or your brand or your website, the first step that you have to focus on, and that is the optimization of your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so you have to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So what I mean by that, and in fact, if you want, you can check out my own LinkedIn account. Just go to linkedin.com/n/ my full name, Yusuf Chowdhury. Excuse me. You can check and look at my profile and see how it's set up, and feel free to do something similar or copy something similar. Okay, so let me go ahead also share with you some of these tips on how to. So when it comes to the profile optimization, the first thing is you have to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is 100% complete. Because what happens sometimes when you set up the account as a beginner, you will notice that maybe some areas you forgot to finish it. LinkedIn will tell you what's the percentage of the profile's completion. So you have to make it 100% complete. So what I'm about to share with you right now will help you to get you that 100% completion. So the first thing is make sure that your profile 100% completely filled up. Secondly, make sure you create your custom URL, because what happens if you do not create your custom URL, what I mean by that, having a linkedin.com/n/ your personal name, if it doesn't look like that, then that means you did not set up the custom URL. Just like having your social media accounts on multiple channels like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter with the same exact name at the end of the domain, you have to apply the same rule with LinkedIn, because if you don't, what's going to happen, you are going to have this link or LinkedIn link that has this bunch of weird numbers plus your name and whatnot, right? So you have to make sure that you claim your custom URL, okay? The third point, make sure that you put a specific relevant keyword in your headline. So if you're a web developer or a life insurance agent or a real estate or a yoga master, so make sure that in the headline you have your full name, and the headline says, let's say, an agency owner or a web designer, graphic designer, yoga instructor. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, when you describe the about section, of your LinkedIn profile, make sure that the key phrase or the most relevant key terms within your niche, it's in the description itself. But don't overdo it. Just make sure you have it somewhere in the description. And utilize the description of your about page to speak in the first person. Do not speak in the third person. I mean, if somebody's looking at your profile, you don't want them to read something like, "This is Yusuf. He's the best dude on the planet." You don't want to speak like that in the third person. It has to be in the first person. And if you go to my LinkedIn account, you will see that I have my full name, Yusuf Chowdhury, and the headline says digital marketing agency owner. And there's a short description that says I help businesses generate targeted web traffic and qualified leads using digital marketing technologies. So when you scroll down under the about section, then you'll have more information there. Okay, so make sure you go and check out linkedin.com/in/Yusuf Chowdhury. Okay, so that was tip number 4. Tip number 3, add as many relevant skills and expertise. Number 6, if you want to build your reputation, do that through the work experience, but do not treat your LinkedIn account like a typical crappy resume. Okay, if you're gonna put your experiences that is relevant to what you're doing right now, make sure you write a paragraph in the first person. So you can say, for example, I work at this X, Y, and Z company, and because working with this company, I achieved or gained these skills that help my clients, the company, to produce X, Y, and Z. Does that make sense? So you have to explain it in the first person and not just adding bullet points, because that's like a typical old school resume. Also, try to get as many recommendations you need. Typically, if you get 2 recommendations, that will definitely complete your LinkedIn profile. If you get 10 plus and more, that can also help you to get more exposure from the people that are searching for you. Okay? All right. Once you fill up the about section and the experience or the work experiences and add skills and expertise, and also seek recommendation from your clients or colleagues or teachers and whatnot, try to add some sort of a media format. When I say media format, I'm talking about adding a PowerPoint presentation or a PDF file or a Word document under the about section or below every work experience. So if you worked at a company that you did a presentation or you presented some sort of case studies or documents, make sure you add those, because now, even though you're trying to create the LinkedIn like similar to a resume, but it's not 100% exactly like the old school resume, but it's more like a personal profile with the case studies and more dynamic content, especially when you have these so-called gallery media or format like the YouTube videos or PowerPoint presentations or PDF files or whatnot. Okay, and also don't forget, especially on the description about yourself, try to add some sort of call to action that can take the viewers to your website that has a landing page. So make sure you add that sort of call to action on the about section. And last but not least, don't forget to add the banner, because behind your profile picture, you have this big space on the top that can be used to put the name of your company or have the logo of your business or some sort of messages. So utilize that banner to your advantage. When it comes to your pictures, make sure that you have a professional pictures close to your face, zoom in, and don't use any kind of silly pictures of a dog or with a bunch of friends or a picture when you're a baby, right? Just use the recent pictures and make sure that professional picture, you can also utilize it on several other social channels so you can be consistent everywhere. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let me see if there's any more question. And by the way, folks, if y'all enjoying this live streaming, do me a favor, go ahead and tag some of your cool friends, colleagues, business owners, tag them or share this. I would highly appreciate it. Okay, so those are the tips on how to optimize your profile. And as I mentioned, you can definitely go and check my LinkedIn accounts. You can get an idea of what I'm doing, and you're more than welcome to go ahead and start copying some of the ideas for your own LinkedIn profile. Okay. Now the second thing is, let's understand there's been a lot of changes within the social media platform, and specifically with LinkedIn. There's so many new things because now LinkedIn really looks like a Facebook, like a Facebook design. So when you log into Facebook, you will see there are new things showed up right now. For example, you have the blogging interface like Pulse, which is an amazing feature where you can blog from within LinkedIn itself, within the LinkedIn network, so your audience can actually read those material from LinkedIn. Second thing, you have the Messenger box right now. The Messenger box comes with the smart replies. What I mean by that, when you comment back and forth, automatically it will give you responses like "Thank you," "My pleasure," "Try now." Those sort of words that can automatically understand that conversation from within the Messenger box, so you can select those to reply it quickly, right? Then you have improved features. So if you're looking for leads based on groups, actual people, companies, locations, job titles, you have that options to basically find certain leads through this improved search feature. You can also upload videos now directly to the LinkedIn post. You can also check the analytics from each post to see how the post is doing, how many, what's the engagement level, how many views, how many clicks, how many comments. And the last one is the LinkedIn Live, which is like just like Facebook live streaming or Periscope or YouTube. They do have this feature, but unfortunately, you have to actually request. It's still under a beta option, so you have to request it. If they approve it, then you can definitely go ahead and utilize it. Unfortunately, I requested twice and haven't got any approval yet. Okay, and every time I send a message, they tells me that we'll get back to you. Someone's gonna look into it, and the second response will be, "We are sorry, we're too busy. We're not too busy. We cannot. We're getting too many requests, or due to too many requests, we cannot process this right at the moment. But if we do approve you, we'll let you know." I asked last month, and I asked again, and it's still the same thing. So these are some of the new changes that LinkedIn has right now when it comes to the update that took place. Okay, let me share with you. Let me share with you something real quick here. Let me show you some of the new stuff and share the screen. So this is my LinkedIn profile. Don't forget to look for linkedin.com/in/Yusuf Chowdhury. You can see my banner right here, my professional picture, my name, and my title. A small kind of elevator pitch, Then when you scroll down, you can look at the about section. I'm talking about what I'm doing and what kind of service I provide. I got the media, which is the YouTube videos, PowerPoint presentation, a couple of links to work documents, call to action, contact me. Okay. When you look at the experience, this is my company, and you can see how I'm not using bullet points. I'm actually describing in first person of what I'm doing and what I have accomplished and how I can help my audience. You can scroll down and see more media format. This company here, I did consulting for them for 2 years, and you can see the kind of project we worked on. Okay, so, and of course my college and skills, recommendations. Okay, so just look at the account and see if you can replicate something. Now, for the new stuff, this is the search box right here. As you can see, when you go to search, you can see you can search for people, for jobs, for content. These are the posts and the content within the newsfeed, or companies, schools, or groups. We're going to talk about in a few minutes how you can utilize group to your advantage. Now, some of the new thing that it came up or it got improved, if you go to this option right here, you can see these are some of the new stuff. You have learning. This is basically where Microsoft acquired lynda.com. So if you want to learn different things within marketing, accounting, business, design, computer, and whatnot, you can find it all by here. Inside basically will show you the analytics for your LinkedIn. Post a job if you want to post a job to basically hire somebody. Advertise. This is the option to start using the LinkedIn advertising option. From here, you can look for groups or create your own groups. Pro Finder. This is like an outsourcing feature. So if you are a graphic designer, a developer, a consultant, or an accountant, if you want customer find you, go ahead and set up an account under the Pro Finder, just like similar to Upwork and other outsourcing websites. So this is a great opportunity for you to basically market yourself on this service page. Let me show how it looks. So this is the Pro Finder, and you can see what kind of tasks and jobs that I can hire somebody to do the work for me, or I can be the person who provide these services to the clients that are looking for these type of services. See that? So why not go ahead and start having your own Pro Finder account so customer can find you. Okay. Salary, I don't know what is this. I haven't checked this one. SlideShare, this is for the PowerPoint presentation website, the slideshare.net. So LinkedIn also acquired it, so you can check it out. So these are some of the new features right here. And you can see more searches, talent solution, sales solution, post a job, marketing solution, and learning solution. Basically, these are all part of this, okay? All right. If y'all have any question, feel free to ask while I'm doing this. Thank you, Bradley, for tagging. Appreciate it. Melinda, thank you. So now we talked about how to optimize the profile. We talked about some of the new things you have to look for. And we talked about the LinkedIn product. And now let's focus a little bit and discuss how to generate leads using LinkedIn. First thing you have to understand that if you do things organically, you have to be very patient and it's going to take some time. Okay? But if you want some sort of result in a short period of time, then I highly advise you to implement LinkedIn advertising. And if you want to go to the LinkedIn ad channel, you can go to business.linkedin.com, and you can see all the steps and guides on how to help you to set up a LinkedIn ad to get leads through content, through direct sponsor content. You can also get leads through using an ad called InMail if you're paying for LinkedIn's premium service. And what else? And of course, once you run the ad, you have the option to select location, job titles, and it's very, very unique on how you can target your audience, because LinkedIn wants you to make sure that whoever the content that you want the target audience see, they can definitely see it based on the selection of your ideal customer. Okay, so when it comes to generating leads, you have to really pay attention and focus on identifying and narrowing down who is your actual customer. Right? This happens. I mean, this concept should be applied in any business, whether you use LinkedIn or any kind of digital marketing technique. Right? You have to know who is my audience. But when it comes to LinkedIn, how would you identify them? You have to look at what is the title, who is my audience, who is the decision maker for that niche, right? What type of industry they're in? Are these folks in the industry that I'm targeting, right? If I'm targeting this particular industry, who is their clients and so forth. So the first tip when it comes to generating leads, you really have to know who is your audience, okay? And you can utilize LinkedIn by looking at the profile to find out if these are a suitable target audience or not. The second thing is post content that is a native to LinkedIn. What I mean by that, it is okay for you, just like any social channels, to share third-party content from other websites. That's perfectly fine. But within LinkedIn, my advice is do your best. If you're going to do 50-50, do your best to at least write your own content within the LinkedIn post. Put your own image or images that you created, whether it's a quotation or a statistics or an infographic or your own video or meme, or better yet, you can right now write a content like a blog post from within the same exact LinkedIn post. there's an option called LinkedIn Pulse, but now it says write an article. When you click on it, it changes to a platform similar to like WordPress, and you can write the blog within that LinkedIn post itself, right? So that's what I mean by do your best to write more of, or at least 50% of your content should be your own content. You can also share your blog post on your LinkedIn post, okay? And the most popular subject that we noticed that if the title of your blog post is something like how to kind of content, or X, Y, and Z list, or 10 lists of such and such, or your solution to certain, let's say, X, Y, and Z problem, if you can write the title from that perspective, that can help you get some exposure. Or better yet, use my favorite tool that I highly recommend, answerthepublic.com. Go to answerthepublic.com and find out what kind of questions your audience are asking within your niche, and use that question to create some type of content within LinkedIn. Okay? Does that make sense, folks? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So that was tip number 2. Okay? Now, before we jump into tip number 2, let me give you some idea on what type of content you can come up with, right? When you write a content mainly, if you think from this perspective of anything that I can produce that is a solution to my customers' challenges and problem, that's what a quality, effective content can be, right? If you're producing content that solves the problems of your customer or of your audience or of their challenges, you have to try to think from that perspective. Not for every post, but in most cases, if you have some funny quote or funny videos or just general stuff, try to think from that perspective. What kind of content I'm going to put out there that will attract my audience that face some challenges and problems, and I'm going to be that solution provider. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make any sense, ask me, okay? When it comes to the format and the style, you can look for content such as how-to content, like, content that is based on question, how to do X, Y, and Z. You can do content curation. Content curation means that, let's say you are in the yoga business and you looked at several, let's say, top 3 yoga instructor who wrote an article about a specific thing, and you read that material, but you also have your own knowledge in the same subject, so you can gather all the information and make your own and put it out there with the, of course, the idea, with the emphasis on to give the credit where you got it from, but at least you compile the content. That's what the curation is, right? You can add meme. Meme can be funny, it can be educational. You can add infographics. You can add case studies, pie charts, statistics, videos, third-party videos, excuse me, or better yet, your own native videos. What I mean by that, upload your own videos directly, add ebooks, you can do webinars, you can do lists, interviews, a podcast, helpful tools and resources, SlideShare, which is basically a PowerPoint, quotes, inspirational quote, motivational, positive quote, quizzes, surveys, polls, photo collage, press releases. So these are all types of formats of your content. So now you can't tell me you have no excuses right now not to put something out there when I'm giving all these ideas on how to take your material and put it on a different format. James, what's going on? Yes, Answer the Public, my friend, is amazing. Answer the Public is one of my favorite tools because it will help you to understand what your audience are asking in a specific niche. So if you type web design, web designer, web development, you can see the most popular question that people are asking. And the beautiful thing about Answer the Public, it is attached to Google's database. So that means when you click on those questions that you find it on the Answer the Public, it will show you what's coming up on Google. So this will help you to basically come up with your own content. This will help you to share those content. This will also help you to find out exactly what your audience are looking for, and now you can answer on behalf of your audience. Make sense? Okay. So these are some of the ideas when it comes to content. Now, tip number 3 for lead generation. We talked about how to identify the audience. We talked about how to post content, relevant content It could be a text, images, videos within your own post. Now we're going to talk about how to get leads by joining a relevant LinkedIn group. Okay, so if you target a specific audience within your market, let's say James, he's an amazing web designer, web developer. If he focuses on, let's say, medical companies to build them an awesome site, then he can join a specific group within the medical industry that he can join and look at the size of the group, look at the activity of the group, the level of engagement, and how you can start educating or involving in offering values, not just selling. Okay, so when you join a relevant LinkedIn group, you have to read the policy of the group. Like, what are the rules in terms of when you become a member of the group? What is the size of the group? Okay, and how are they engaged? Do they post daily, weekly, monthly? If they only post once a month, then it's kind of really nothing is happening there. But if they post a few times a week or daily and a lot of activities and engagement and questions and going back and forth conversation, then look for that. Once you become a member of the LinkedIn group, try to offer value, like educational tips, ask questions, be an information driven, educational driven. Like, that's what value means, that you care enough that you're going to help and offer questions and answers, right? And try to engage with those audience within the LinkedIn groups. Once you do that, thank you for tagging Bradley. Really appreciate it, bro. Once you engage and build a personal relationship, because again, don't forget the whole purpose of LinkedIn as well is to network, right? So you can network with the members of the group. You can connect with them on a personal level. Then you can also invite some of your first degree or second or the new members from your LinkedIn to your own group. So you can, for example, like James, he can create a group on best practices for building website for medical companies, for example. That's his group, and he's going to share all the tips and resources and advice on how to make the website convert or help the businesses in the medical niche to convert their website visitors into clients and whatnot. He's going to share all this material by educating them in his own group. That way, he built that expertise level, and from there, you never know if those members are going to actually start hiring him, because he's being very gracious and sharing all this awesome tips and advice and resources, right? Once you create your own group, if you're part of these other groups, make sure you analyze the group members, know who you're talking to. Don't just send them a straight direct messages. Create some sort of content that is based on questions. So go ahead and use Answer the Public for that. And when you send the direct messages, do that after you get to know the people from the group. What I mean by that, you engage with them in the group, you become friends, you connect with them, then later on you can send them a private message. Bradley, my God, thank you so much for tagging with your awesome friends. I really appreciate it, bro. Okay, so that was tip number 3. Now, tip number 4, y'all probably seen that one of the most common complaints that I get is that most of you will get these private messages from people that connected and they don't know you, but automatically they send you this sale message, right? Like, hello, James, and all this sale offer, without even knowing you or without even like digging into your profile to understand exactly what kind of content you are posting or what do you want. It's kind of very spammy, right? But there is a technique that if you use it properly, you're not going to be in that situation. So my advice, if you are going to send a private message to somebody who connected with you or you connected with them, you can say something like, hey, I am James. You can say something like, hey, James, I'm Yusuf, a digital marketing agency owner. I enjoy connecting with my LinkedIn network and getting to know them and getting to know one another in the newsfeed, for example. Very short, stick to the point, and leave it with your full name. Okay, so let me repeat that again. So let's say if you can build a message, when you send a private message, don't sell, try to get to know them. So say something like, hi, Yusuf, I'm James. I'm a web agency owner. I enjoy connecting with my LinkedIn networks and getting to know one another in the newsfeed. James Lewis, okay? That way you're not selling. You really want to get to know them. You look at their newsfeed and start building that relationship, because if they are, after you do the homework to find out if they're your ideal audience and customer, then they can become your own client. If not, then you can help them to get referred from somebody else. Make sense? Bradley Garza, you are the man. You've been tagging all of your cool friends. I really appreciate it. Okay. So that's how you send your private message. Not just like, hey, how are you? Buy my stuff. That doesn't work. Get to know the people that connect with you. But if you are connected with somebody else, then this is the proper message that I would send, right? If you do your homework about other people's profile, you're interested in their work, or you're interested that you want them to become your customer because they probably could be possibly your lead within your niche, then make sure you say something like, hey, John, I am X, Y, and Z. This is what I do. I like to get to know you, or I like to, connect with a LinkedIn network so I can, get to know you get to know one another in the newsfeed. Then leave your name. So that's a proper way. Okay. All right. That was tip number 4. Tip number 5: take advantage of some plugins. There's a cool plugin. I'm going to share this with you. It's called Rapportive, and there's another one called LinMail Pro. Let me go ahead and show you. So Rapportive, Brad, this is very important. We need to know how to generate proper leads with LinkedIn, and your info is better than what is out there. Thanks. Hey, Victor. Kipasa, thank you for tuning in. So let me show you these 2 tools. One is called Rapportive. Let me share the screen. Okay, the first one is, can you all see this? Called the LinMail Pro. I think it's a free service. So basically, the whole objective of LinMail Pro. You know how you guys, when sometime you look at your profile and you will see that somebody viewed your profile, all right, in LinkedIn. Wouldn't be nice if you can connect with that individual, so you can set it up an automatic system basically to tell them, hey, since you looked at my profile, I would love to get to know you more. Just simple message like that, so you can follow up with them. So that's one way. The second thing, this is from LinkedIn. It's actually a Chrome and Firefox extension. It's called Rapportive. So here, basically what happens, you can have this extension. If you have any client that send you an email through Gmail, Rapportive will basically tell you if they have a LinkedIn account, so you can connect with them in LinkedIn, Twitter, or Skype. So this is another feature that can help you to connect with them. So if you need this link, let me go ahead and put it in the comment section right here in Facebook. For those in Periscope and YouTube, if you want it, let me know so I can share the link. Okay, let's see. All right, cool. So try to utilize this plugin. Again, don't be too spammy. Just use your common sense. That was tip number 5. Take advantage of this plugin. Number 6, sign up for LinkedIn Pro Finder. So let me show you. This is like outsourcing, just like Upwork, but LinkedIn has now this feature. So you can find contractors from within the LinkedIn Pro Finder, or you can be the one that provide these services. So let me show you. It's linkedin.com/profinder. Watch this. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask me. So this is the LinkedIn.com Profinder. So what kind of services, or what kind of contractors and freelancer that you can find for your business, or that you can offer it to your leads? So let's see. So design, writing and editing, accounting, marketing, like myself, IT services, software development, real estate, legal, business consulting, financial services, coaching, insurance, home improvement, excuse me, photography. So if you are any of these, why not set up an account in LinkedIn Pro Finder, right? It's super easy to sign up. When you come to this page, it will say apply, and it will ask you which niche or which area, and that's about it. Then you have to wait for 24 hours for them to let you know that if you're approved or not. Okay, so that's another way for you to get leads within your business. So this is how customer going to go to ProFinder to find different kind of contractors, tax consulting, business law, PR consulting. There's so many. So either you hire somebody from LinkedIn to do some help for you, or you can be that person who provide the services that your client needs you. Okay, so this is an awesome resource right here. Okay, any questions so far? Let me see if there's any questions. Okay, no questions so far. It is 10:06 p.m. Central Time, folks. Okay, what's the last tip? So the last tip is use LinkedIn ads. So there's several features within the LinkedIn ads. One of them is called in-mail ads. So the only time you can use in-mail ads if you are using the LinkedIn Premium. And one of the features of in-mail ads, basically you can send a private message to a specific targeted audience. So for example, let me show an example here. Let me show you an example of what I mean by in-mail ads. Where is my LinkedIn? So for example, when I go to home, so this is my news feed, right? This is my news feed. This is called the standard sponsored content ad. This is called standard sponsored content ad, just so you know. And this is here called the direct sponsored content ad. So if you are going to utilize LinkedIn advertising, my advice is use this option, which is called the direct sponsored content ad. Okay, excuse me. Now when it comes to the in-mail, let me go to my messages. So the email, basically the message is right here. So in this messages, this person right here, for example, David. So David run this ad and he paying premium LinkedIn. So the reason I received this ad, because a couple of weeks ago I shared a content about infographic and animated live videos, and because I shared that content or clicked that post, the ad basically targeted me based on my interest. So that is not considered a spam because I enjoyed that kind of material, and now somebody, basically knew my interest and shared this private message, and from here I can click learn more to go to the website or not. So the cool thing about in-mail ads, if you're paying the LinkedIn Premium, it is not considered spam because it is because LinkedIn's algorithm sending these ads to people that are interested in this sort of subject, whether they click like or shared or posted. That's why. And when you run the in-mail ads, you can actually select the owner of the company, the decision makers, the locations. I mean, there's so many options within the ad itself, and I'm going to show you in a few seconds how you can do that. Okay, so that's what I mean by in-mail ads. And of course, I mentioned to you the standard. This is called the standard sponsored content, and the other one is the direct. Right, the direct means on the newsfeed. So that's more. I would advise you to select that option if you want, like this one right here. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have. Any questions? What is the cost? What is the average return on investment? How effective are these ads? That's an excellent question. The ad depends. I mean, you can put anywhere between $20 to $50 to $100 a day. It's up to you. It's based on the ad that you're gonna run, and the ad typically goes to a content on the newsfeed itself, and it depends on your strategy. If this content has a blog material where people can read it, when they click on it, if you set up the blog page with the lead capture in the middle, then you can see how that will be converted. Because another ad, there's several ads that you can apply. There is an awareness ad. I'm going to show you in a few seconds how the ad here look like, because some ads will be only to get your profile exposed to a specific audience that looking for you. And there's an ad, which is the in-mail, that goes specifically to messages. And there is an ad basically that goes specifically to your blog content or your actual website. Okay, so LinkedIn started with the $50 a day, but you can actually play with it. They're not as affordable as Facebook, but you can definitely do some tests right there. Ramses, I'm just tuning in. What is the best practice to create ads for LinkedIn business page? Should you go for a traffic or impression or engagement? Excellent question. Well, the thing is, if you have the page, the LinkedIn business page, and you're very active, depends on exactly what you want to do. Because when it comes to conversion, how do you calculate that? A website traffic ad will take the visitor to exactly to the website that you have the lead capture to capture them. Versus if you just want, especially in the engagement, that means more conversation within the actual post. An impression basically means how many times the ad showed up. So my advice is, what do you exactly want to do? If you want to take those LinkedIn followers from LinkedIn back to your website, then it's best for you to take them to your website and capture them from there. What I mean by that, capture their name and emails through the website. Does that make sense? Bradley, good info. Thanks for sharing how. Okay, no problem, Bradley. I'm going to show you in a few seconds how the ad area looks like. And next month, if you want, next month we can do a specific workshop just on LinkedIn ads, because that requires more than 1 or 2 hours as well, because we have to go through every single step. But I'm going to show you in a few seconds how the ad looks like, just so you can get an idea. Okay, so let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can go to the ad right now. See if I can go to the ad area. Give me a second. Let me share this. Okay. So to go to the ad, just go to the top right corner here. Click this. Advertise. I want to show you some of the objective. Just like Facebook has 15 categories, LinkedIn also has several categories that I want to show you. There you go. You see that? So you have almost 8 objectives. So when you go to brand awareness, I want more people to learn about my business. Choose this objective to tell more people about your product, service, or company. Basically, if you select this, that means your profile is the ad. So basically, people are going to see your profile on the sidebar or on the top. Excuse me. About your profile only. That's what the brand awareness is. My suggestion is either website traffic or lead generation or website conversion, especially for those that use lead pay. I think Ramsey, I think you use lead generation, right? So I would suggest lead generation, website conversion, or website visits. So what does it say here? For the website visit, I want more people to visit a website destination site or on or off of LinkedIn. Choose this objective to, for example, to drive traffic to your website or drive traffic to marketing landing pages. So your campaign will be shown to people most likely to click on your ads. So if I select this quickly, as a quick example, of course it will ask me to add the link and it will ask me to select the location, right? English language, and check this out. This is amazing. Match audiences or audience attributes. So company name, demographic, education level, job experience, what's their title? Are they CEOs? Are they, let's see, member groups, member interest? Here we go, job titles. So you can do a search: director, engineer, executive, secretary, you know what I mean? So you can narrow it down to find out who is the decision maker. Does that make sense? Okay? That can exclude certain audience. So there's some audience that you don't want them to see. Let's say the CEO, you don't want the CEO to see this. You can look at the genders, personal characteristics, age, then the ad format. Is it a single image ad? Is it a carousel, video, text ad, spotlight, message ad? Here's your link. There you go. Active daily spend may be up to 20% or higher. Okay, and you can set up a time from what time to what time it's going to run, whether it's an automatic bid, is it cost per click, or like Ramsey said, cost per impression. So you can test all these, and every time you put a price, it will give an estimate right here. If you run for 30 days, how much you're going to spend for 1 day, for 7 days, and run a test and see what happens. Okay? And if you want to learn more about the ad, all you have to do, just go to business. If you go to business.linkedin.com, they got all the resources for you to show you how to run each ad. See? When you click learn, all the resources. All right here. Just like Facebook, they have a free courses on how to run the ad itself. Okay. All right. Let's see. Are there any more questions? Okay. So in conclusion, I would say to be consistent, because again, you have to be very patient. Since we have so many social media platforms out there, we don't want you to be overwhelmed. So if you start things slowly but consistently, for sure this eventually going to help you. So my suggestion is, if you can post daily or a few times a week some amazing content, go on and keep doing that. Try to connect with maybe like up to 5 people every day if you're going to use that personal message that I sent you. After you find out, do some homework. Don't just connect them randomly. Look at the profile and see if they are going to be suitable for your business, and connect with them just to get to know them. Then if you blog on a weekly basis, then I would recommend that you blog once a month from within the LinkedIn network. I'm going to show you how to do that. When somebody comment on your post, engage with them. But also when you follow others, look at their profile, look at their news feed, and trying to comment and engage with them. Maybe you can do like 1 or twice a day. And also check and respond to any private message that you get. Look at the profile if they're interested. Just say hi to them and try to invest in the ad. So Bradley, if you want to, if you have a good content or good landing page, maybe you can try for like $50 or $100 a week and see what happens. Okay, but try to be very strategic. What I mean by that, if you just have a content, you want a certain target audience just to read the content, they're not going to take any action. But if you have a blog and there's a call to action in the middle, or a landing page on the side with the content, maybe you can try that. Because if you select lead generation ad or conversion ad, you can get a LinkedIn tracking JavaScript code that you can add it on the back end of your website. So you can look at the analytics and see if you get this many hits on LinkedIn, how many visits on the website, and how many conversion by opting in. Okay, so that will be my suggestion at the end. If you all can follow this last suggestion and stay consistent, for sure it is going to help you. Okay, but you have to be very patient though. You know what I mean? So let me show you what I mean by writing the content on, let's see. So right here, this is where you can post, right? This is where you can add pictures, upload videos, add documents. But right here where it says write an article, this is like having your own WordPress or Blogger or Live Journal, but it's within LinkedIn. So what my advice is, what you can do, I was telling one of my students today, that you can write part 1 of the blog right here with an amazing information. And at the end of the post, you can tell the audience, let's say the title of the blog is 10 lists on how to resolve X, Y, and Z, right? So you have this amazing content with videos and images and infographic up to like 0.5. Then after that, if you want to read the remaining list from 5 to 10, click this link. And that link will take the viewers from LinkedIn to your blog page of your website that has the remaining from 5 to 10 content. Make sense? So try it that way once. And sometimes just write a content specifically just for LinkedIn so people can learn from you about your expertise within your business, within your niche, within your skills. Make sense? So that's how you're going to write the content. Wait. Okay, the shaman is watching now. Thanks. Awesome. Yes, Brad, I think about it but the most important thing, Brad, make sure your content is amazing. Not just anything, like make sure it's amazing. Take them back to your website, and within your blog, you can have the lead capture in the middle. Because that way, now you can grab this audience from LinkedIn to your website, to capture the name and emails ethically with the proper way, with giving awesome. The thing is, when you give your audience amazing material, amazing values, they are highly going to appreciate it, right? So yeah, so that's how you do it. So don't forget the last tips, and that was if you're gonna do daily posts, go ahead and do that, or at least 3 times a week minimum. If you want to connect with somebody new, maybe 5 to 10 a day, or maybe 5 a day. Just get to know them first when you connect with them. Don't sell anything, just get to know them. Write 2 or 1 blog post within LinkedIn. Do your best to engage with your own commenter, or when you follow somebody else, check the profile. If there's something interesting, engage with them, help them, and try to answer the private messages at least once or twice a day. And like I said, if you want to invest in the ad, you can test it. It's all about testing and see what works, what not. You're not going to get great result at the beginning because that's just part of the learning process. And if you guys want to learn on how to run LinkedIn ads, let me know so I can do a workshop next month. Okay? So what time is it now? 10:22 p.m. Central Time right here in San Antonio, Texas. Okay, so anybody else has any more questions? Any more questions about LinkedIn? Are we good? Okay, I'm just going to close these. Okay, so Bradley said do the workshop, so I'm going to make a plan next month to do a class only sometime within the last week of March on LinkedIn ads, or how to run a basic LinkedIn ads. Okay. All right. Any more question, folks? Any more question about LinkedIn, social media, digital marketing, WordPress business? Please feel free to ask. It is 10:23 p.m. Central Time right now. I'll wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. And Brad, thank you so much, brother, for tagging all your awesome friends. I highly appreciate it. If there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. Like looking at your website. Maybe here's another thing. The other thing we did in the class today is I looked at people's LinkedIn account, and I gave a feedback on what can they improve on. So if you have a LinkedIn account that you want me to look at it and give a feedback, I'll be more than happy to help you. Michelle Hayward, what's going on? Yes, thank you, Michelle. Please watch the replay. I've been sharing some updated tips on LinkedIn. Maybe you can also share with me some of your strategies. That would be super awesome. How to leverage LinkedIn events to grow your email list. It was part of the tips. It's in the tips. Okay, watch the replay because there is a way you can actually do that. I kind of mentioned some of the technique on how to get leads through ads, the lead generation, conversion, and website traffic ad. And I also talked about the organic ways. Of course, the organic way is going to take longer. What about ads for the things like CBD products? Are the restriction? Bradley, that is an excellent question. I believe, and I could be wrong, let me double check. I think there is. 1 second. Because if one company says no, guess what? Everyone does it. Not just Facebook. One second. Oh no, the major network only. Oh, guess what? There's a good news. Let me see, when was this? One of the major networks, only LinkedIn allows advertising for CBD products. And that isn't exactly the first network you think for retail advertising. Ad must not constitute, facilitate, or promote illegal products. Let me see when this was posted. This was posted last year in May. I gotta ask my team, Bradley, to be honest. Let me ask my team because I have a team. We do all kinds of social ad. I'm gonna ask one of my senior ad manager to let me know if this is true or not because I found an article here that says yes, LinkedIn will allow it if you write an article about the CBD or do a video. Let me share the link for you. So I'm not sure how legit this link is because the website is not secure, but I gotta ask my team. Let me ask my team right now. Just 1 second. Let me ask my team 1 second. Okay, I asked my team, so let me see if I can get a response because they heavily specialize in all the search and social ad managers. I've used LinkedIn to get 65 of my virtual summary signed. Oh, really? That's awesome. Michelle, that's awesome. Now, do you know that? Don't forget about Dennis' question. What is Dennis? Dennis, did he ask a question? Yes, sir. Could you check my. Absolutely. Absolutely, Dennis. Go ahead and post your. Go ahead and post your LinkedIn account link so I can check it, Dennis. Yeah, Michelle, if you do the LinkedIn post or the article, that's one way to get traffic. Uh, you can do things organically, but the ad can also help you to get more sign up for the summit. Dennis, can you share your LinkedIn link? Do you have any data to support how many keywords to use in Google ad campaigns? That's an excellent question, Ramsey. That I don't have the data because data depends on your niche. So let's say if you're focusing on a DOI law firm in a specific area, Google will show you all those variation of the keyword because it's based off of 12-month period. Does that make sense? I don't have a list of what keyword in what niche. I don't have it. I mean, I can do some research, but I don't have that. Sorry. Post your LinkedIn. Let's see, Dennis. Very good. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's go ahead and analyze. Okay, I'll do an article next time. I'll do a post to wrap up the summit. Yes, you can do a post specifically on LinkedIn, and you can take the readers back to your landing page for the summit. Should you be okay targeting 100? Yeah, of course. I mean, Ramsey, when you run the Google ads, you have different ad groups, right? So let's say you're targeting people that are going to buy 90-inch TV, right? So the 90-inch TV, Samsung, that's one ad group. Then you have speakers for Samsung 90-inch TV ad group. Then you have you have several groups, and these groups have certain keywords that when you did the research, you selected them. Then Google will pick the best result for this keyword. When you go to the ad campaign on the back end within a week or two, then you will see which keyword brought the traffic, the impression, and which didn't bring nothing, so you can remove them. That's why one of the beautiful thing about running Google Ads is that you can drop in multiple keywords and not just one or two or five or 10 based on the SEO. Make sense? So you can go ahead and do that. Well, when you budget, it doesn't matter how many keywords are using. If you put like, let's say, $10 a day, all the keywords are there. So if the customer type one of the keywords, then your ad will show up. If they did not mention that particular keyword, then the ad not going to be shown for that particular keyword. Does that make sense? So that's how the ad is written. Hey, shot in the dark, SI, how you doing? Let me go ahead and analyze Dennis Ocasio. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Forgive me if I didn't. Let me go to analyze Dennis's LinkedIn account. So here's Dennis. First thing first, good job on creating your vanity URL or the custom URL, saying that's your professional business brand. Excuse me. This is your name, Director of Branding and Creative Services. Branding and Creative Services. But it doesn't tell me how can you help me or what do you do, right? So that's fine. You're a director, you're the owner. But if you can also do something like, let's see. If you can make it a little bit enticing or different, because everyone else does something like this. Like the majority of the people are going to do something like this. But if you do want to stand out, Dennis, do something like how I did it here. And feel free to look at my account. See? What I did, in my second name, I put my title. Okay? Then I put I'm talking to myself, right? I help businesses generate targeted web traffic and qualified leads using digital marketing technologies. So if you can utilize that area for something like, you do such and such to your such and such audience so they can get the such and such a result. Make sense? Okay. I like that you have a banner. Not sure if that's your company design or logo, but if it's a reflection of a company, then that's fine. About, I love it. I'm so glad that you're speaking the first person. That's very, very good. Bravo on that one. I have become a problem solver and information architect with demonstrated ability to work in partnership with senior executive. Great, helping them to articulate their brand message to their customers. I've developed a knack for effectively branding business and deliver favorable return on investment. I love this. Over 25 years of visual communication. Okay, so it's putting his credibility. Yes, I like this a lot. So this has Usified approved description. So everybody look at Dennis, how he put in the description. He's speaking in the first person because the person who's looking at his account is kind of talking to him, right? He talked about himself, his credibility, like a story, right? And what he specializes in. So this is very good. The only recommendation I would give you, Dennis, at the end right here, just put call to action. For more information or to contact me, click and have them go to your website. I did the same mistake. I used to have a link on my site. I need to put it back, but right here, I used to have a link here, but I have to go back and edit it. And if you have any presentation, Dennis, any workshop, PowerPoint presentation, case studies, PDF files, you can go ahead and put that and make the About section more dynamic, okay? Experience. And I'm running as a construction consultant, helping to spread the mission of. Okay, this is, I like the format because I don't like the bullet points like a typical resume, but try to approach this like this. So speak in the first person as well. I have spread blah, blah, blah like that. Okay, I know it's not about you, but you're talking to me. So with that, you can also present the problem of your target audience and how you solve the problem or how you can solve their problem. So this is so far good. I like that you have this thing here. Also this. Okay, this is like in the third person. Make it in the first. Same thing here. Basically, I think what you need to do, you need to approach everything like how you approached your About section. Okay, same thing for your, I'm glad that you did this, not in a bullet points, but more like a story with the media. That's very, very good. Okay, so change all these in the first person. Education, Institute. I did a couple of classes here at this institute here in San Antonio. Let's see, skill. Oh, good, you got a recommendation. Great. If you get more, that's even better. Interest. Okay, yeah, so far you're good. Just a minor tweak, Dennis. Good job, excellent. And now just make sure the content, right? We talked about the consistent content, the writing the post, and connecting with others with a small message to get to know them, know your audience, join the group, offer your knowledge and expertise, make your own group, and engage with more content, and also try to invest in some of the LinkedIn ads to get leads. Good job, bro. You are Usified approved. Okay, any more questions? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, good. All right, folks. What should I do with utilizing chatbot ads for Facebook? Uh, Great question, Ramsey. Well, I mean, if you want to use ManyChat, if you're running an ad, you're most welcome, Dennis. Don't forget. I mean, you're doing good, man. I mean, you're in the same niche that I am, so I'm sure you know what you're doing. And sometimes, just like the carpenter or the doctor, we can fix others, but not ourselves. So it's good to have somebody else look at our own profiles. Even myself, I have other experts in my area to look at my profile to give me feedback. I mean, I can give a lot of feedback for others, but sometimes miss my own. Miss on my own. What should I do with utilizing chatbot ads for Facebook? So Ramsey, that's an excellent question. So if you're running an ad on Facebook and you want to attach it with a chatbot, I mean, that'd be an amazing option because that way you can basically capture those leads. So if you have an ad, a video, and people clicked like or shared it or commented, you can set it up based on those action. And whoever commented, you can tell them, hey, thanks for the comment, uh, the video. Are you still interested to, let's say, buy this or get into the list? Click here. If not, you can unsubscribe. So definitely you can use that to capture the leads from the chatbot. Bradley, you're most welcome, bro. Great analogies. Yes, Dennis, thank you so much. Since we are in the same industry, we can definitely help each other by sharing some of our ideas and mistakes and learn from each other. So that would be awesome. So I would love to learn from you too as well. If you have any tips or any advice in what I'm sharing, that would be super awesome. So Ramsey, let me know if I was able to answer your question. Did you get a chance to look at ManyChat? Make sure you check out ManyChat and see how you want to configure the ad or the objective of the ad when running the chatbot. And Bradley, once I find out confirmed from my team that if there is a possibility to run ad for CBD oil, I will definitely let you know. But there is an article, as I mentioned. Let me share did I share the link? Let me share it again in Facebook. I'm not sure how true this is, but they were talking about this. So double check. Yes, Ramsey, if you want to check it out, it's called ManyChat. So here's the link. Check it out. You can also test it for free. Test it before you decide to use it. Excuse me. And don't forget to, Forrest, don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn, okay? Here's my LinkedIn account. I'll put it in the comment section. Make sure you send me a good message. So you're gonna practice of what I teach you, right? So make sure you send me a message too. Let me know that you came to my LinkedIn from the live streaming. Okay, folks, it is 10:39. I'm sorry, 10:40 p.m. Central Time. If y'all have any more questions, do let me know. I'm gonna wait for one more minute. If I don't get in response, I will just call it a night and get back with you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, I might be talking about Instagram because I'm doing a class based on audience requests. I'm doing a class tomorrow on Instagram, so I'll be back tomorrow maybe around 9:30, or 10. I want to join LinkedIn groups to promote blog posts. Yes, you can do that, but you have to be careful. If you join a specific groups within LinkedIn, just like in Facebook groups, you have to read the group's policy. You have to spend time to know what kind of content people share in that group. Get to know some folks. Start engaging, commenting. Don't be just posting right away. And ask the admin of the group if it's okay for you, or if it's part of the policy, if it's okay for you to share a blog content within that niche, for example, right? You don't want to just post it right away. You have to look at the group policy. You have to look at the size of the group, level of engagement. You can also contact the admin. Hey, can I share this? But typically, just like in real life, you don't want to be just spamming off the bat, right? get to know the people, engage there, spend some time, build a relationship. And if there's a question that you have an answer on your blog, you can tell them, yes, I have an answer for this. It's in my blog. Check it out. Or you can share a few tips from that blog, and for the remaining resource or answer, you can click on the link, and here's the link, right? But first, Ramsey, make sure that that is part of the group that you're allowed to post your own link. So that's why it's very important that when you join any group, make sure who are you joining. Are these group part of your industry, or that your target audience? Go there and find out what's happening. Spend some time, which is going to be something not that fast. It's going to take some time to get to know them. Then just keep focusing on, excuse me, providing more value, more education, just like how I'm doing here right now. Okay, be value driven, because your educational tips can become a selling strategy. Okay. All right, folks. Any more question? Any more question? Any more questions? It's 10:42. 10:42 p.m. Central Time. All right. Ramsey says, thanks. Okay, folks, it's 10:43 p.m. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I highly appreciate it. And thank you for those who tagged your colleagues, and for those who shared this live streaming, and for those who invited. Again, highly, highly appreciate it. If you have any more question or any subject you want me to take over tomorrow, leave it in the comment section. And for those who's watching the replay, please stop replay. Okay? And I'll see you all back here tomorrow, hopefully around 9:30ish, 10. Okay? All right, folks, have a good night. Bye-bye.